All right, are we ready?
As ever.
This is episode 312. What I had on my face was not poop.
In this episode, we talk about Derek's band's gig. We compare digital tuning to analog tuning. And yes, that is clickbait. Some random talk, some stuff about buying and selling guitar gear, and some fun YouTube content that we think y'all would like.
Come hang out. That's it. I thought you were going to
Action
jump
freeze
in.
frame. See you in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't either.
Oh,
I
man.
don't either. What's going to happen is, welcome to the Tone Control.
Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Nerds. And non-nerds. We accept everybody.
Yeah.
All levels of...
Nerddom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
We're so in sync.
Yeah. What's going on with you?
Geez, I don't know. It's been a pretty good week. We're on puppy watch T-minus 2 days.
Oh yeah.
So going Saturday morning. So by the time this episode comes out, we will have this little loaded baked potato, which I'm calling him now because that's how he looks in the pictures we keep getting sent.
Baked potato. Cool. When we had Charlie, we were getting Charlie way back when. Tater Tot was on the short list of names.
Ah. That's a good one. That's a good one for a little orange corgi.
Yes. Yeah. Tater Tot. Cheeto was also on there, and then other real names, and we went with Charlie. So anyway, cool.
A real name. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a million nicknames piling up in my head.
Yeah.
Already, and I don't want to spoil them because I'm not sure. Usually the ones you really want are not the ones that catch on. So I'm going to try to save some of the really juicy, tender ones for a little later. Yeah,
I mean, also, if with Charlie at least, we were continuing to make new nicknames.
Oh yeah,
all the whole time, all the way to the end.
Right. I want some of the ones that I've already thought of to be some of those. So I'm like
to
trying my
strategically
best.
Deploy in 5 years.
I want them to seem natural years from now. So that's so clever, And I'd be like, oh fuck, I've been sitting on that for 3 fucking years.
Yeah. That's so good. Nice.
I'll tell you one that I know. So have we said what the dog's name is? By the way, we picked a name.
No.
Oh, sorry. The dog's name is because they've been calling him that. Phoenix.
Cool.
We went through a bunch of things. Anyway, it was kind of Harry Potter associated, but then we ended up not going with any of the actual Harry Potter names. We ended up, cutting.
I think
all
that's
those.
much cooler.
It is. So anyway, Phoenix, and one that I thought of that I know won't catch on, so I don't have a problem with spoiling it, is Feeny Nicks, like Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't work. And it's very. I thought it was very funny. So.
You gotta. So I think you can pull it off if you just also slip in some Fleetwood Mac lyrics or some Stevie Nicks lyrics before or after it. To give it some context, because I think that would help. Yeah. Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Very cool.
Yeah. What's new with you, man?
I'm trying to remember, but
one of those weeks.
We're still
a young child and a younger child. So
yeah, so my brain is just very full, and I'm back to look at me. I'm a mess. We're just so tired.
But you look great on the cat. You look marvelous, man.
Glowing. We're just up at night a lot. It's just we're in that mode, and it's fine. It's working. But I am only 2 weeks back into working, and boy, the world was a really different place 8 weeks ago. as a person who is like working and doing things and having a family and stuff, there's a lot that has changed in the last 2 months. And it's just like tough to be like, where's the PDF? You know, like I have absolutely zero fucking patience for like.
I love it. Where's the PDF? I mean? And you're like, don't you know what's happening?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. You get it, you know?
Fucking A.
That's what I say. Like, we're saving PDFs, not lives. And it puts like some of the work into perspective as far as like, where is my attention right now? It's certainly not here, right in this exact moment. Not all day, not anymore. So,
and then you gotta like, or you gotta be able to say that to people, and then but then like your job still gets done, right? So like the people
still gets done.
Like, good point. Okay, but now where is the PDF though?
Yeah, like also, right. Like, yeah, I'm taking to starting a lot of things like, guys, look, it's tough out there. Like, let's just have a pause. But anyway, I had my gig. We had a gig Saturday, the Worcester emo night. So we can talk about that. I've got my Nano Cortex here because I am listing this for sale. And if you buy it, I'll include the 3D printed stand.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and I understand you got to that thing. You got that thing you sent me. No, it didn't work. I wish I had that again. Anyway, the point is you got around to doing the test that we talked about a while ago.
Yes, we did.
So
I did it today. So we can do that in a few minutes. But what else is happening here? I guess that's it. I don't know. Like it's just we're still Groundhog Daying a lot. There's still snow on the ground here. It's still like it's getting warmer, but now it's getting colder again. So that's definitely helping. Jack had like 2 days outside back to back where he could just like be outdoors doing things that are fun outdoors. And it was like a humongous, measurable, incredible impact on his just general demeanor. And we're like, oh my God, it's happening. Finally getting out of this house.
Outstanding.
So, that's what's up.
Cool. That was, I mean, all things considered, that was pretty light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the gig was really the big highlight between episodes, I guess, guitar-wise. And also, like, with all of this happening, me returning to work after paternity leave, having 2 kids now, like, I needed, and I was looking forward to this as, like, a major blow-off steam event for me to just, and we were talking about it beforehand. Andy felt the same way, which is, like, I'm excited, good, positive, excited, eager, like positive anxiety, you know, that like just energy, but also like I want this show out of my brain already. Like I need it. It was an important show for us, but like it's not that I don't want to do it. I desperately do. I just want to be on the other side of it already because enough is enough, right? Like
it felt pressure-ish.
Pressure, but like we were really prepared. We were like perfectly prepared, not over, not under, and just. I think we got a video of the set, and I was watching some of it today, and it feels really good. Like I'm watching the tape, and happy to report, like it was as good as it felt in the moment, which is great to like confirm because we're up there like, oh, this is, oh man, awesome. And then
it's gonna be a real downer if you get off and you're like, oh fuck.
Oh no! So,
poop on my face the whole time.
Oh crap, dude! Speaking of which, not really, but. I was working downstairs.
Of all the people I regularly converse with, you're the most likely one to have poop on your face.
I know, but what I had on my face was not poop.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Almost anything is better.
I had pigment powder on my face, which is just like dried paint. And it was like right here. And it was on there for like many hours. And Beth did not say anything to me.
So, that brings everything into question. Like what... Yeah. How often does this happen that you feel the need to not say anything to you?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I just caught myself in the mirror later like, wait a minute. She's been home for hours.
It's like, this is common enough.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway.
Should we strike the bell and make this show be about guitars all of a sudden?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Yeah. So we played it Off the Rails in Worcester, which is one of these sort of Nashville-themed country music bar type places.
Mm-hmm.
I can never tell if that's like sincere or not, and if it's just another brand of bar. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyway, it's cool. So it's a great gig. We love doing it. Part of our pay, including dollars, like we get paid well, but also they give us dinner and drink tickets and stuff also for the restaurant attached. So we're like completely hooked up. It's great. Full sound check, full lighting and sound rig and stuff like that. We've got like the band logo on the projector behind us and stuff, the fog machine. It's really fun. This is the band that hosts. This is their 10th year doing Emo Night Worcester. They are called Chase the Past.
Get it?
And they do an amazing job. I get it. I totally get it. They do an amazing job at what they do. And they've had us a couple of times. So I, as many probably know or recall, I used my Nano Cortex, this fella, for that gig. Had one sound, basically, and had it also manage my E-flat and D standard tunings, and had it on board with some other effects and stuff. And I played my Voltour, and it was killer. Sorry, I just realized I'm not looking at the chat.
As recently reported, gig went pretty good.
Gig went great. Yeah, right. And like the whole system of like, how am I going to do this in my mind? Like I said before, kind of rethinking of like the format my guitar is in, whether it be a standard tuning or a drop D-shaped tuning versus the actual pitches of those strings. Like that was kind of the difference. And to think like, okay, so I'm going to play the song as though my guitar is in whatever appropriate tuning.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But
right?
It's not.
But it's not. And we're using in-ears, so I have this feed like straight into my brain. So I can like really, really hear it. Yeah. And I think it worked great. Like it felt really good on stage. It has always felt really good at practice. And let's see, what else? I used pretty much just the one sound and like a boost for some leads. And then that weird, I don't have it in here, but that weird old Ibanez delay pedal that I have has like some really extreme settings on it that get it into real wackadoo territory of like chorusing and flanging and pitch bending and stuff like that. So I have that set up in a way that it just kind of weirdly flanges and really cuts through the mix because it's like tinny and kind of swirly sounding. And so it's crazy. It's just like a wild effect for a minute. And so that's really fun to use with all this stuff because like that like more organic nature of pedals like that is not really represented in something like the Nano Cortex, feeling like the crossover is awesome.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
sprinkling in the chaos.
Yeah, so I used my Voltour volume pedal, an overdrive, and that delay, and into the Nano, and it was awesome. Sounded really good. Felt really good. Used a dual rectifier capture and its corresponding cab. And that's the sound actually that I set up for this test. Also, I used the same exact setup. I just plugged it back in and hit record. So now, can we dive into this? So I've done the test, which is, I created the samples, which is riff. It's the same riff. I was listening to some Ben Kenny today, as you do, and wanted to play a Ben Kenny riff. So I just riffed it. There's nothing else here except this, poorly played Ben Kenny riff. One of them is, how do I explain this? One of them is a guitar tuned to E flat standard.
Did you send this to me? And I
it's in our Dropbox folder.
Oh, okay. I should have thought about that and looked. I'm gonna grab it right now and toss it in.
Okay,
so
I'll
that
explain what the setup
play it
is
while you talk.
So one of them is a guitar tuned to E flat standard and played through the rig, and that's it. The other is a guitar tuned to E standard with a -1 semitone pitch block added to the path within the Nano Cortex, putting the guitar then in E flat standard. So that's the two riffs, two separate performances, because I did have to tune the guitar in between, of course. But same guitar, same amp, same cab, all that.
Gotcha.
So I guess like assignment for the listener, when we play these, I kind of want you to think about a few things. I put this in the chat. I want to focus on whether or not you can tell a difference. We've talked about this before on the show tons of times. Whether or not you can tell a difference, and then maybe venture a guess which one you think is which. Justin also does not know, by the way.
Yes, I am also blinded.
And then I think just consider, like, is one better?
Just consider it.
Just think about it for a minute.
I have them ready to go. So A and B, that's what I have. That's the only thing I know, so that's the only thing the listeners are going to know.
Yeah.
So we're going to play A first.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, and now B. God, I want to go back and hear A again. Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to play the whole thing again. Oh, man. So when I'm not going to, Alex, just so you know, I'm not going to say that into the show because I don't want to influence people while they're listening. I'm not going to say what I think yet. Am I? Should I? I guess it doesn't matter. People can have their own opinion.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Let's reserve any guesses in the chat until we actually reveal it, maybe. But like,
yeah, I think that was my instinct too.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you leaning towards?
When B first came on, so obviously I have no opinion until I first hear B, right? So the second one plays, and right away I'm like, oh, this sounds different. This sounds significantly different. But then I'm like, no. It was just like starting in a different place of the riff or something, or I just wasn't used to, I wasn't quite prepared for how the riff was going to come back in. Just differences in the way you started playing it each time.
Right. That's what I want to mention. Like matched, I did have to do a different performance. Like I couldn't reamp this because it's the guitar itself we're talking about.
Right. So once you got into it, it's like, I don't know. And that's why I was like, I got to go back and hear A again. I am not sure that I can tell the difference. Like,
can you just quickly flip between the two?
You know what I wish I could flip between is, I wish I could flip between, like, after you get into the just, you know, like later on in it, I wish I could compare those two, which I probably
like, take a slice out of, yeah.
Right, exactly. If I could like A-B them so that I'm like, you know, doing the silent solo change kind of listening.
Right.
Where I was really getting to it. But I mean, so first of all, in my opinion, on this quick listen, we're that close, right? We're so close that I would need to be like, I'm picking out the differences.
Hang on a second. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And no listener at Emo Night Worcester is going, hang on a second. Like, it's just, you can't.
There was no guy in the front row like, hold on, that guy didn't tune. This guy's a phony.
So what's really funny is we do Crush, Crush, Crush by Paramore, which is originally recorded in drop C sharp. So a half step down and then like the drop D version of that as well. That's still pretty high for us to do. So when Andy sings it, we're bringing it down another half step to drop C. So D standard tuning, but the drop D version. That's the drop C. So a whole step down, basically. And at the show, I'm like, okay, button. And I just like turned the knob and you can hear it go, and it like pitches down through the semitones. It's like, all right, now I'm in tune for this song. So, yeah, I mean, in that moment, a clever, you know, audience member, a savvy audience member may have known, but like, come on.
So I'm wondering now I guess, I don't know. I guess we've done it. We put it out there. I'm interested in the feedback, and then we'll reveal later in the next episode, I guess, or in Discord or something. But so now from a performer, from the perspective of you as the performer, how does it take you a second? Like,
it feels really accurate. Like it feels, I'm not going to say it feels the same. It is somehow different, but the margin is so slim. And then by the time you're doing the gig and the band is in and like the stage is loud or whatever, like by the time you're doing the job, it's that final few percent is like soaked up by everything else.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause like if you were to tune your guitar, like if you're switching drop D and standard, you know what I mean, you're still taking longer than it takes to do this thing.
Yes.
Right? So you've got longer to get used to the idea, but otherwise it's not very different, right? I mean, the feel of the strings under your fingers could be slightly different, but it shouldn't be very much. And nobody's like,
I think the
taking
feel under
their
your
whole guitar down a whole step on stage, right? Like,
right, you're grabbing
this is something
guitar,
you bring a different guitar for, right? So that,
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's tons of advantages and disadvantages, but this is the first time I've played a whole set using one guitar in years.
Yeah.
Not switching for E flats.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought another one and just didn't need it. And that was awesome.
I think it's pretty interesting.
So what do we do now? Should we reveal or do you want to wait?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this isn't that big a deal, right? We probably shouldn't wait for weeks or 2 weeks. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if I had to guess, honestly, I think I would have said B was the artificially tuned one, not the naturally tuned one. Is that the proper way to refer to this, you think?
Sure. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. But it was like this weird, very first impression thing. And then by the time I got used to it, I don't know. So
you think B, looks like Alex also thinks B is
I thought B was the machine. And I literally can't tell you why. Like, it just...
I wonder if it's just like because it came second in the order.
That's literally as likely as anything else. Like, I don't think I have a leg to stand on here at all.
Well, I can tell you that A was the pitch-adjusted one, and B was the guitar tuned to E flat standard. So...
Is that what Alex said? Now I'm going to reveal his
spoilers. It's the
opposite. Outrageous. It was the opposite. So we both got it wrong. I don't think we had
I don't think it's a thing about being wrong, though. Like, that's the part of this that is, I think, the most frustrating to me. It's like that there's like a platonic ideal almost of a rig or something that like no one can achieve, and yet we talk about it as though it's achievable. And you know, it's just I get very frustrated by that. Like, I don't know, the late stage capitalism twist on all of it at the same time. But anyway, I think
I'm just
saying
the overtones. We'll say.
Yes. So, you know what I mean. But anyway, I think this is an awesome solution for me. And if you don't like it, then
I think it's fucking rad. Honestly, if there is somebody... Well, okay, you know what I'll say? At the very end, there was just the slightest little bit... There was a little bit of, like, in the last chord of A, there's a little bit of the guitar... The chord falls out of tune a little bit, just the hand. You know what I mean? Just wasn't perfectly in tune. And that was a astronomically bigger difference than the difference between this shitty
performance made a bigger impact than whether or not it had latency.
Now that's fucking true. Did you see?
Yeah.
I don't know if I share or somebody, but there was a video recently about like latency in all, because everything's digital. It's like people are quibbling about latency numbers. Anytime a piece of digital comes out for guitars, it has to have this latency number on it. And it was by a guy who reviews guitar gear, basically, on YouTube, and just saying, okay, look, everybody has to publish this number and people pay attention to this number, and here's all the truth about why it doesn't make any fucking difference.
It's
and
like, is it above the threshold of like human detection or something?
Right. And nothing is even close to human detection unless you're like a singer, which he eventually gets to. Like, there's a caveat here that if you're a singer, you're right on the edge of some people can hear it. Occasionally people can't, but for the most part, if it's echoing inside your own head, that interference causes the issue. But if it's not interfering, if it's a guitar in your hand, there is no way you can hear that like 7 milliseconds or something. Right. Absolutely not. And then he goes to make the point. How did I get on this? Anyway, to make the point, you could think about latency in distance, because if you are 12 inches from a speaker-ish, that is 1 millisecond-ish. That's 1,000th of a second. So if you're 10 feet from something, that's more latency. If you're 10 feet from your guitar speaker, that's more latency than your guitar's wireless that has 7 milliseconds of latency or whatever.
That's a really good point that no one is talking about in this. Right. I guess if you're miking up a cab on stage, like that's the thing, but it's still
then you've got like a third of a millisecond there. What are you, speed of light to or nearly speed of light to the board, but then the speakers have to come in. I mean, by the time you get there, half the latency is in the air, even if you're playing a wireless rig. So anyway, the point is none of that fucking matters. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's fun to do. It takes some like, I don't know, like I should pull out my HX Stomp and try it with that too. Because it is, of course, capable. It's just, it does it a different way. So, I don't know. I don't know what I think. You can hear the same sound mixed. Oh, yeah, sorry. So since I went on a tirade, now I have to address, like Alex is addressing in the chat, if you don't have the original sound to compare to, this is why it's effective. This is why it can affect singers or potentially horn players, but not guitar players, because you don't have the original sound in your skull. If I take a sound, make a copy of it, and delay it 7 milliseconds, you can hear the comb filtering in that because they're being played together. But that's not what happens in reality with any guitar thing. That's why it doesn't make a difference to guitarists.
And with HX Stomp, or with Helix in general, I found it to be, it was a little pitchier, like it was a little trackier, you know, and and you could dial whether or not it was faster or more accurate, and that was just on maybe there was like six settings or something.
It makes a quicker guess. Yeah. That'll cause artifacts or something.
Right, and it was. Those ones are kind of based on like these older pitch pedals that are like have these really charming artifacts, and people wanted those. Right. So like you can dial those in. But this is a different way of doing it. I think I don't know, and it takes like some weird pressure off on stage. Like, not that this isn't a burden I had as a guitarist, but like it's like, oh, this is just a different way of doing it. And maybe it's just because it's a little novel right now, but it's I don't know, it frees up some other bandwidth in my brain.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
mental load, right?
Yeah, just one fewer thing.
Yeah. So. That's kind of like what I was thinking about when I asked the question, like, how does this feel to you as a performer? How long does it take you to get used to it? It's like, if you're not sure it's going to work, maybe this would have like this slight effect, right? Where you'd adjust it, and then for a second or for a few minutes, you'd have this mental load of, am I doing it right? Or is the cognition of, I know what tuning I'm supposed to be in, but I'm sort of like playing it in a different tuning. I guess that would only come into effect if you were doing like individual string detuning. Like if you were telling Helix or something to make my standard guitar into, or I should say not Helix, but that one where it was like there was like an Ethernet cable in the guitar.
Oh, that's Variax. It's a line 6 thing.
Variax, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Where you could be like, make my standard tune guitar play in drop D. Now it's like, now I'm having to change my hand form, and I feel like there's something to get used to there as far as mental load.
So like the guitar feels the same, right? It's not slinkier. Yeah. It's not detuned and the strings are floppier. It's not a different guitar because you brought another one and have it in E flat. I don't know. It just made me feel, because switching guitars, like, yeah, I do it, but it does, like, that's when I notice the feel and difference in my guitars the most. You know, because like at home or at practice, I'm only bringing one and I'm doing it the slow way. But like on stage, it's like, oh, this guitar is quieter than the other one by a little bit. And
now you want to justify about, like, to fix that.
Yeah, right. So now it's like on the fly, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm really missing some oomph from that previous guitar that I sound checked with or something, like, or whatever it might be. But where was I going with this? I think some of it might also be like my own perception of pitch. I do not have perfect pitch. But
sure, that would stop this whole thing dead in its tracks. But
I've heard a low E a lot. You know, like I might have perfect pitch for like one or two notes or something. So a very steady reference. For like my entire life. So I think it's hard for me to know and to tell if when I hear the lower pitch in my ears, am I going like, this sounds different, it sounds lower than I think my guitar is, or it sounds lower than I'm used to. And like, it's because I just had it a half step up a second ago. So I hear the change, it's like, wow. But I don't know.
But then that evaporates.
It just instantly is gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because the only thing that could keep you there after the initial note, and then your brain goes, "Whoop, this is the pitch we're in now."
Yeah.
Because like if you're jamming and you didn't look at your neck and just grabbed it in the wrong spot and you were off by a half step, you would, without thinking,
notice. Yeah.
This is like swerving in your car around a dog or something, right? Like you would just instantly, your hand would just go, right? You would do it, right? And so the same thing, right? Like you hear the pitch and then your brain just, you have to exist in reality. So your brain accepts that that's the note it's playing. And if it was wrong, you would move your hand. And if since it's not wrong, you don't move your hand, right? And then it's over. But like the only thing that could possibly track you back in the wrong direction would be if it felt different enough under your fingers. If you were like, this doesn't feel like I tuned down, but like,
but it doesn't, because like, well,
so slight,
that's the other thing is we're in this like a half a step. That's a pretty small margin.
Yeah.
But like, it's so interesting because the physical feel of it being consistent and reliable and stuff, like how does that impact, if at all, the sound not being consistent or reliable? Like, does one supersede, or is it like it's just tricking my brain well enough? You know, like I think that's what we're saying is that like the tech is there to keep up with the sensory of like feel of my hands, you know, the latency, I guess. There we go. Full circle.
Full circle. We brought it back.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So,
I think that's fun. It would be interesting to hear the Helix, although I can tell that it's not going to be as interesting because it's kind of a different thing. Like you said, what they're approximating is something older that had problems, kind of almost on purpose. And then they're trying to give you flexibility within that, but it's like it's not really on the same playing the same game, right?
Like there's the pitch pedals, like the whammy. And you can just set that to a tone from 12 plus or minus 12 semitones and mix it. And that's how you could get cool like sub-octave stuff and all that. But there's also just like pitch, where it just takes the incoming pitch and moves it.
So it's meant to have this, it's meant to serve this role.
Yeah.
As the role of the thing you're using in Cortex.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fairer then.
It is fairer, but like, let's remember it's 10-year-old hardware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that the software is
10-year-old hardware is not a pejorative. If it was a real amp, Derek, that would not be a pejorative. And
I know everybody's chasing vintage amps, and now I can't get gear new enough So I have it for long enough.
What's going to be the first vintage modeler where you're like, oh man, modelers were great back then?
Oh, it's already the Line 6 Spider. Like it's already that kind of shit.
With that
well,
riff,
you know what's so funny
too? It was the Riff Thursday with my Spider was my first amp. And he's like, this thing is incredible. It's like, no, it's fucking not. Like, what you learned is not that the Spider was incredible. What you learned is that you know how to play guitar and make guitars sound cool. That's what you learned, what you already knew.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Line 6 dropped the DL4 reissue, the 20-year or 25-year or whatever it was. And it's like the new version. I passed
out when that happened because I have
it's cool looking. It's like a little bit smaller. It's got some better features and stuff. And then there's like all these older sounds from the original and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, these fucking things were everywhere 20 years ago. Right? Many people still have them, of course, but like I feel like personally attacked seeing a reissue for a pedal I remember coming out in the first place.
Do you? I remember you feel like you're being called old.
No, I don't care about that stuff. I just thought it was a funny bit, but.
But you remember? Here's what I remember is when you were like, I'm going to get the TC Flashback X4 and I am going to toss this green Line 6 piece of shit in the trash can.
Yeah, everybody was talking shit about the DL4. Yeah.
Like this chunky hunk of something.
It was so big. It had some other like proprietary power connector. There was some other kind of annoying thing. Mine actually had been damaged and I had sent it back to Line 6 for repair. Like, so I like really used the hell out of it. But it's just so funny to be like, wait, we all talked shit about this. What are you talking about now?
I would love. So then the reciprocal of this is going back in time to like the 70s and somebody's like, this. I don't know the 70s. Let's go back to when the JCM 800 came out and people are like, what the fuck? Yeah. And no, thank you. I'm going to stick with my whatever it is I had before this, like this. Are you kidding me right now? You keep it. Keep your newfangled stuff.
Man, I do want this Nano Cortex to sell. It's up on Gear Exchange.
Nano Cortex is not, there's nothing, we're not talking junk about that at all. It's just not exactly the form factor for you.
It's not the form factor I want. I want a screen. Yeah. And so there's some other I/O about it that I want too, to like do with outboard pedals a little better. I'll probably use the same goddamn preset I made from this on the new piece of gear that I get, but I'm excited to get that. I think. Hey, can I tell you a weird thing? This happened.
Do you think I'd be able to stop you at this point?
No. Give me a sound. We haven't done any sounds. Right. We've just been like rambling. Oh, fucking spooky. All right.
So listen, that was very spooky fire, but it was going to go on for 50 more seconds, so I cut it off.
Too much. Okay, so Sweetwater, we all know like the jokes and like kind of the funny thing about Sweetwater reps that they're just constantly calling you and stuff.
There's one right outside that door right now.
He's waiting for you to wrap up the show.
It's been literally hours since the last time you talked to
me. Sweetwater and like that side of the customer service thing is not something I've ever really taken advantage of. I've only like really spoken with my rep like after, I got the order. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah, thanks. That kind of stuff. And so I had, around the time that Helix Stadium was coming out, I was when are these going to be available? Like, what are the bundles? I was really like, I have actual questions for a rep now. Mm-hmm. Emailed my guy, never heard back. And which is so weird. So weird, because I'm like, I have just flipped the switch. They're going to call me in 1 hour.
The incoming phones have been off for years, Derek. They just have so much outgoing communications, they don't need that.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, whatever, like, whatever. Something weird must have happened. So a few weeks go by and I message again, nothing. More weeks go by and I get an email from Sweetwater introducing me to my new rep, telling me that my previous guy has moved on to some other job.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like trying to explain this to Beth. I'm like, Beth, you don't get it. Like, this guy might be dead in a ditch somewhere. Like, right? Like, he would answer the phone. I could be the one.
If I had made the call sooner to emergency services, I could have saved this guy. But now I'm hesitating because it's like, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I bothering him? Am I overreacting?
His job is to answer the phone, answer my emails. And he would. I know he would. I believe he would. And he didn't.
The new guy gets you
and then
sorted?
immediately I'm like, something's wrong. So I got this new guy. He emailed me and I was like, yeah, actually, and this was before Quad Cortex Mini came out. And I was like, I'm thinking about a Quad Cortex. I don't really know. I got to like figure some things out, but I'll let you know. And he was like, okay. And so then I had a question again about the Mini, about the power requirements and my current gear and stuff. And I emailed, and that was a week ago, and I haven't heard anything.
Oh my God, you've got to,
Now I'm just like, is now where you dead in a ditch somewhere?
I almost made the joke when you introed this, right? The joke was either going to be he's right outside the door, or we're right at the start of the show, my rep was so-and-so. By the end, it'll be a different person because of how often I get the emails saying it's a different person. Now, that's an exaggeration, but like, is it an exaggeration?
I don't know now.
I have only once truly interacted with my Sweetwater rep, who was many Sweetwater reps ago, of course.
Yes.
Because this was years ago. To be fair, this wasn't like
down the Sweetwater rep lineage. Yes.
My dad and I always have the same Sweetwater rep because we have the same last name.
Awesome.
So it's always like, Chris gave me a call, So anyway.
Just like shooting the shit about Chris after work.
We know. It's like we know the guy. No, the one time I had a sincere interaction with a Sweetwater rep, this was long enough ago that when you place an order, they would literally call you like in a few minutes, and they would basically just go over the order with you and make sure everything was right.
Yeah.
So it was probably a call I would refuse nowadays because it's like I'm too phone called out. But like at the time, it was like every once in a while something might fall through the cracks, and they're literally making sure that they don't have mistaken orders go out wrong and things like that. So anyway, he calls and ends up I was buying quite a bit of stuff, like over $2,500 worth of stuff. And we went down the line, and he ended up getting me like a scratch and dent deal on one of the things. And the rat case that I still have, it's like a Gator 6U, like for traveling. And he was like, so listen, I have one that is purple, and ain't nobody wants it, so it is like half the price. And he's like, do you mind a purple one? So like things like that you never encounter otherwise.
Right,
so
right.
The one time I ever talked to somebody in earnest, it was a really good experience. So
I've chatted them up on the phone, and like, we get into it to a point of like, would this do it for me? But like, I never end up acting on those interactions, you know what I mean? So, but I was like, surely, like, hey man, I have a question about the newest, hottest piece of gear. Like,
and he doesn't see the dollar signs there. Like,
I know, and like that. And Sweetwater's not just like send him all the fucking emails and print out the website and put it in his mailbox.
Yeah, when do they quit that? By the way,
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't
gotten
one in a while.
The price of paper and the price of emails just went like this, and they stopped. Man, what am I supposed to look at in a couple of days after Christmas?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we have kids now, so we're busy a couple of days after Christmas.
I know.
So I wouldn't know what to do with it anyway.
I looking forward to it if I can ever hear back from whatever his name is now.
You could just order those, right?
I can just order it. I know, that's the thing. Well, like
I know. You had questions.
I had a question. Well, it's a question I probably just know the answer to, is that the new one has a locking power connector. And I just want to hear that guy tell me that it'll work with the one I have. Because like...
Oh, yeah.
If
you don't have the bit that turns, is it still going to go in far enough?
Because I use a Chalks DC7, and I want to make sure I don't have to be doing any of this and have another wall.
And if you call the guy up, you could probably say, hey, look, I have this. Can you just go fucking plug it in and tell me if it works right now before you send it to me? And he'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he'll do it.
I also want want to sell this because it's on Gear Exchange, get the 0 fees for transacting with Sweetwater, like that whole thing.
Here we go.
The sale of the Nano Cortex and a bunch of my other gear from last year is going straight into the Mini. So,
yep, that's awesome. That's awesome.
The plan works just a lot more slowly than we thought it would.
Just slowly writing down. I'm making the show notes right after we talk about them.
Oh, good. So anyway,
I will tell you. Thank you. Yeah, I liked it. I was gonna say if we ended up with extra time tonight, I was gonna say, did you must have seen this thing float through Discord? By the way, plug to our Discord community who are responsible for at least 90% of the guitar content that I come across and ever makes it through my brain and into my mouth. In fact, when we were a few minutes before we were sitting down, I was like browsing through and Google showed me this thing from Guitar World, like, the reasons you should be switching to a modeler. And I was like, all right, I'll bite. And it was the dumbest, most milquetoast write-up I've ever seen. It was super duper like, I don't know if I'm going to say like AI trash, but like somebody just put a bunch of words. It was the most nonsense. Like even for us, and this is the like Derek and Justin talk about modelers show. Like it was like, what the fuck how did this get created? It was so stupid.
Was it like they have a built-in tuner or something like that level of?
It was just literally like listing and explaining
what they do.
That like, amps, first of all, it kept couching everything in. Now listen, modelers can never truly sound just like amps, and it was like, so first of all, no, that's not actually correct. And second of all, the rest of your points are stupid. Like it was like just the stuff that everybody like amps have flaws, but some people like that and modelers never do. Maybe you don't like that. Maybe you do. I don't know. It's like this is so like you didn't make any points. You're just saying anyway. So it could have been AI slap. Okay, that's not the thing that I want to say though. The thing that is good that came up.
Like proxy frustrated by this.
Yeah. So. The thing that fuck Guitar World or whatever. I actually can't even remember what. I probably shouldn't say that because I'm not sure if that's
it's
exactly
like some
the
other
magazine
publication.
It could have been anything.
Guitar World's they're like, what the hell, man?
Dunking on them. Okay. No, it was this YouTube channel, Waylon McPherson Guitar. So somebody shared this. We're gonna click the video tab here. The $5 Dumble Tone.
Oh.
Do you see this where he makes this little itty bitty? In fact, it'll probably play a sound for a second. I'm gonna mute it.
I saw the thumbnail for this. I haven't actually watched it yet.
Okay, thumbnail. I want to get a picture of it with it on. Oh, here we go. Nope, show me the actual thing. Oh God, I just want to put it on my screen. Fuck, this is terrible. This is bad content. There it is.
Love it.
Okay, here. Okay, so this tiny little thing that he built onto a piece of bamboo, it's got like 7 components, like capacitors and resistors. It's like 1 chip and 3 capacitors and 2 resistors and stuff, and a couple of jacks. And it's like a 1/4 watt amp is what this is.
Okay, yeah.
And
it's so adorable.
Did you watch this?
I have not watched it, but I just saw the piece. Like, yeah.
He kind of discusses how to build it, and then he does some tests because he's got a like clone of a Dumble amp.
Okay.
To compare it against, and now I don't know truly how loud this is, but like it's like loud enough to use out of a guitar speaker. It's like if you were playing a gig that had a microphone, you'd be all set. You know what I mean? You'd be fine. Yeah. I would be so curious to actually have one of the to put one of these together and just see like how loud is it? You know what I mean? 1/4 watt, but it's funny how they don't sound nearly as similar as the examples we played earlier of the tuning thing.
Sure.
But like neither do probably any 2 Dumble clones, you know what I mean? They were on the level of if this could have been 2 Dumble clones and I wouldn't have been surprised, you know what I mean? And it has no controls, right? So the moment you start adding things like I want to be able to control the volume of my guitar amp, thank you, it's like now we're really complicating things.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
But it's so funny to just see this thing be thrown together, and he kind of explains that now here, this is what this is doing, this is filtering this is creating a little bit of like control of these frequencies or managing the power supply in some way. But like most of the work is happening on this little chip. And
I have to pull it up. I think it might be
not
in
a
my
computer
watch
chip,
later,
by the way, just a little IC. So it was cool, and it's a cool video. And I'm gonna push the back button and just kind of show this guy's like channel page or whatever. So, and since I watched that, a couple of other things have come through my thing, and so I'm gonna as soon as I get done here, I'm gonna be pushing subscribe on this guy. A lot of little mod projects, some other things, pickup hacks, guitar wiring hacks. The one I saw a couple of days ago was about was apparently a follow-up. Alex, I just glanced over the chat. Alex is doing another TED Talk about watts and volume. I love that. You're my friend. So it was about this dual load tone pot. Tone pot. I could say tone control, and we would have that would have been a ding.
The bell is downstairs. Yes.
The bell is downstairs. But so essentially what he's doing, this is apparently a follow-on from something else where he did something with a different kind of pot, but basically he's prying open the pot and then showing you sort of how a variable resistor works, right? And then he's scoring off some of the carbon, so he's essentially creating two separate discrete paths that act.
Damn.
So he's taking a linear pot, breaking it as close to the middle as he can, scoring out a little section, and now he's got a tone pot that has, if you turn it to one side, it's, in the middle, it's nothing. It's off, basically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's in the middle, the tone pot is removed from the circuit, right? Because it's not connected.
So it's a plus or minus. So,
right, and then he puts a normal, and then he experiments. He sets up with a switch box different things that you could load this pot with. So what makes a tone control on a guitar work is the capacitor or capacitors that you put in line with ground, right? So he puts some normal ones on one side, he puts a different kind of thing on the other. So he uses this to set up a few different things where one of them's a fairly normal thing, one of them is a gentler high cut, one of them is a mid cut. He does another, and he creates all these different things that you can do. In fact, he puts a couple of components which in series create kind of a passive overdrive, which, because it's passive, it makes your guitar a little quieter, but basically it's reducing the headroom of your guitar signal just passively with these components. So it causes it to be just a little crunchy just on that side of the pot, and you can have all ththese sitting on one pot. Pretty cool.
That is very cool. Is that your pick of the week also?
I mean, it may as well be. I don't have anything better, but if you just looking at this, all these little videos,
that sounds really cool.
He's a good follow for anybody who likes guitars, and I'm assuming some of these are going to be more complicated projects than the couple that I've seen, which were very like, throw this together in an hour or less, but yeah.
Cool. So, well, my evenings usually consist of falling asleep on the couch watching YouTube, so this is perfect.
Get it in you. So Waylon McPherson with a PH. Waylon McPherson Guitar, that's his YouTube. Anyway, I'll throw the link in the notes as well. But yeah, really cool. And he's from Australia too, so. Which you'll notice right away as soon as you push play on the video. But
delightful.
now you'll be previewed, so that'll hit you a little less hard in the chest.
Oof, good. Thanks for the warning, Justin.
I think I forgot to punctuate that one with a sound, so it's fine.
Whatever. Cool. I don't really have anything else, I guess. Not that I ever do, but
you sometimes do.
Yeah, no. Thing of the week. So that's your thing of the week, more or less. I'm looking around, looking for something. I don't really have one.
So following back to what Alex was doing the math on it.
Okay, yeah.
So a quarter watt amp is a quarter as loud as a 25 watt amp, is what I'm being told here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just choosing to believe him.
I'm choosing to believe it. That is assuming it's true, that is a pretty useful way to think about it, because the reason I didn't really have an idea of what that would sound like is because it's so non-linear, right? Like the way that a 100 watt amp is not twice as loud as a 50 watt amp.
Right.
Anyway.
Right, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, sounds good.
sounds great. I'm just assuming.
The math sounds good, yeah. And we all know if it sounds good, it is good.
So it's logarithmic. 10 times the watts equals 2 times the loudness. 100-watt amp is twice as loud as a 10-watt amp. Yep. This makes some vague sense to me.
I was playing my tube amp today at 4 watts.
Yeah.
That's what I do
4
here at home.
4 watts is a good size for an amp.
It sets off the volume warning on my watch. It's loud.
You're in danger.
Look out. But also, I run it at 20 watts now and then, and it's like the thing can fucking bark. Like, it's got it.
I'm pretty sure the stuff I have over here isn't much more than 20 watts. One of them probably is close to 18 or 20, and the other one might be 30, depending on how you think about it. They're not that high powered, and they were quite loud. You could do. I never turned that thing up very loud. So
yeah. So all right, cool. Let's get out of here.
Okay, that sounds good, and that counts as a pick of the week. So because Evan. Oh, you know what? The Project Hail Mary movie is coming out really soon.
So that's like my preemptive pick, I think.
Yeah,
Beth and I are taking some days off work soon. Like not till the end of March. So we're gonna go see it while we're on a little staycation.
I've read the book so many times now that
I've only read it once still.
I've read the paper twice and listened to it at least 3 times.
Okay.
In audiobook. So there's no hope of spoiling for me. And really my big thing is like I've been watching a ton of like preview content. Adam Savage.
I've been not touching any of it because I just like want to go in pure.
Yeah. To each their own. I mean, the thing is going to be, especially for fans of the book, that like realize that this is it's based on it, but it's its own unique piece of art. And there are changes that they are going to make invariably to make something work on screen. And then later, years from now, you can try to decide if that was the choice you would have made or not. But it's the choice that they made. The reviews seem to be, like the preview reviews seem to be fantastic. I'm really
I'm seeing
excited,
a lot of stuff about it.
Yeah.
Who read the audiobook? Is it Ray Porter?
Yes.
Yes. So I just saw a clip of him in an interview mentioning that when he read the audiobook, he read it cold. And so all of the surprise and sincerity in his voice is real.
That's really fun. Really fun.
Yeah.
He's so he
he's
does
so
it
good.
so differently too to how Ryan Gosling obviously will do it. Besides that there are script changes and all this stuff and things like that. But and also just I don't know, I'm really immersing myself in the don't be bummed because the thing that you loved about the book is slightly different or had to be cut.
Because the book is always there
for
you. Like
it's always there. Unique piece of art. So
that's how I felt also about the Dark Matter, the TV series adaptation of the book.
Series, yeah. And I think they made some clever changes that really work.
Me too. And it feels like that kind of thing. And I'm hoping Project Hail Mary is a similar case where it's like a Project Hail Mary story, like a Star Wars story, a Dark Matter story. Like it's within the universe, it is like officially approved as a canon event, but it's like, obviously you cannot cram a book into even a long movie and expect it to cover it all. So like,
and this one has it has a long ass runtime too. So
I think it's pretty long. Yeah. So
it's very
cool.
long. Yeah.
I'm so stoked, man.
Yeah, mega stoked. It'll be a little. We're not going. We got tickets. We're not going for like a week or something.
I think we're not going. Same here.
Schedules.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll live.
Yeah, we're gonna go at like freaking 10 in the morning on a Monday. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we can't go. She's like, we just couldn't work it out for opening night. And I'm like, I have to wait a week. And she was like, you told me that this movie had been optioned, or this book had been optioned for a movie before the book hit retail. You have been waiting for like 5 fucking years. You can get over it.
Oh, please. Yeah. Damn.
So anyway, yeah.
Brutal.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to The Tone Control. Let me just push my outro button here and
I didn't update anybody's name despite it having been reflected in the chat. Sorry.
I'm just scrolling down to the last time we even had names written in my notes for me. Guys, thank you so much. to all of you, but especially to our patrons who support the show with actual money. And those patrons are Stephen P., Alex Shroyer, Mike Teledrive. Why do you laugh when I say Stephen P.?
Because you roll into it like, is that Stephen?
P., Alex Shroyer, Mike Teledrive, Sindy, Clackman, Bantana, RabbiBob, Carson Ricketts, Matthew Fenselau, Riesenwolf, B-gow 69, 420, Andrew Walsh of Andrew's Alcove, Sean Wright of Lollygagger Effects, and the third co-host himself.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. See you next time.
See you next time. Do it.
It's true.